exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey.
Riding with you every mile since 1977.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Covering the Crew all season long on WTMJ. It's Brewers Extra Innings. Now live from American Family Field. Here's your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
Another win, 4 in a row. Playing the parade. I'm just kidding. 4-4, back to 500. The Brewers showing some moxie, got themselves off the deck. They've won the first 2 against the Reds. They'll go for a series win over the rest of the weekend. And they've got some great pitching from some unexpected sources. Let's go ahead and jump right into the highlights of this one. Game 2 with the Cincinnati Reds.
Ready for this? This?
One of the catches of the year!
And this?
It is gone!
Time for tonight's highlights.
Tyler Alexander, a.k.a. Todd. We can explain that later. He got the ball today in a spot start. He calls also himself the panic alarm, given, we need somebody to start. It's going to be him up against right-hander Nick Martinez. And things started out pretty strong for a scoreless first for Todd.
0-2. And it'll be 30 consecutive innings if the Brewers take care of the Reds in the second inning. 29 consecutive innings as they strike out Ellie De La Cruz, looking to end the first.
I just had to play that to make fun of Lane there. Sorry, Lane. Nonetheless, that's part of this story tonight. The Reds had not scored in 28 consecutive innings coming in tonight. You know about the consecutive 1-0 losses, too, but they go scoreless in the first inning. Then we fast forward to the second inning for the Brewers. With 1 out, Sal Frelick hits a base hit the other way. He steals second base. Hoskins draws a walk. Then with 2 outs, Garrett Mitchell at the plate.
Here's the 0-1. And a liner into left that's going to get down for a base hit. Frelick racing around third. Here's the throw. It's cut off. And the Brewers take a 1-0 lead on the RBI single from Garrett Mitchell.
For the rest of this start for Tyler Alexander, there was traffic. 2 base runners in the second, a man left on in the third, a 1-2-3 fourth, and a walk in the fifth as he started to turn things back over to the top of the order. But yet, still no hits.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the middle. Contreras. Alexander with another strikeout, his 6th of the night. And he likely ends it with a huge exclamation point. 5 scoreless from Tyler Alexander in his first start as a Brewer.
He wasn't done yet, and there'd be even bigger exclamation point in a moment. But in the bottom half of that 5th inning, a leadoff double from Garrett Mitchell set the stage for Bryce Terang in his third at-bat.
3-1, fly ball, right center field, deep, on his back, track, wall, bye, baseball! Bryce Terang, for the second time this year, goes deep, and the Brewers lead it 3-0.
All right, vibes are good. Team's in control. Well, Alexander goes back out there for the 6th inning against 2 and 3 in the order, Spencer Steer and switch hitter Ellie De La Cruz. He gets Steer to pop out, and De La Cruz, he's been struggling, but he's got wheels, and there's still no hits, so why not do something he does really well? Put down a bunt and try to leg one out.
Alexander's first pitch, and it's bunted up the third baseline. Alexander Fields throws to first. Hoskins held the bag. They got him! De La Cruz tried to put down a bunt and start something up for the Reds, and Alexander fielded the position perfectly, and he threw him out.
The Brewers offense wouldn't do much for the rest of the game. The last 3 frames, they would not have a hit. The first hit for the Reds came from Gavin Lux, but he was left stranded in the 7th. 2 unearned runs scored in the 8th inning on the heels of an Oliver Dunn error at third off Brian Hudson and Yoel Payamps, but it was up to Trevor McGill looking for his first save of the year and also pitching in his 3rd game of the last 4 tries.
2-1. Fly ball, left field, playable. Cotroneo moving underneath of it. He squeezes it, and the Brewers have won 4 in a row, and they've taken the first 2 games of this series against Cincinnati. 3-2, your final.
Big win for the Crew, back on track, back to 500. Let's break it down coming up next with the one, the only, Jerry Augustine, right here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Brewers baseball is here. Time to pick your Brewers games and get back to the ballpark for tailgate traditions and walk-off wins. Don't miss any of the big games or the superstars. And come back for the best giveaways. Where else would you want to be? Brewers tickets for the 2025 season are on sale now. That's every game all summer long. Get on board for the show today. Grab your seats at brewers.com/ticket finder.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
It's party time at Cousins Subs. For a limited time only, Cousins is bringing back their famous 2-foot party subs. Whether it's for a big game, family gathering, or work celebration, Cousins 2-foot party sub is sure to be a crowd pleaser. Choose from the club, ham and provolone, Italian special, or turkey. Each party sub is just $39.99, feeds 5 to 8 people, and requires 24-hour notice to order. Order today through April 27th in store, online, or on their app. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Another win for the Crew, 4 straight. We're having some fun. I'm Dominic Cotroneo. Jerry Augustine is here with us, former Brewers pitcher, analyst. Coach, you've done it all in this game, Augie, and now, you also know that, hey, 4 games doesn't make a season in either direction. If the Brewers had started 4-0, doesn't mean anything. They started 0-4, didn't mean anything. And now they've clawed their way back, at least for the night, back to 500. There is a little bit of a mental hurdle of that, right? Just like, all right, to see the numbers equal, to be at 4-4, to feel like, in my opinion, the season truly starts now.
It really does. You look at it the way they played in. You look at the first 4 games, you look at all the pitching stats, and they're blowing up, and the Brewers are on the bottom of the league stats when you talk to pitching both with starters and relievers, not throwing the ball well. Well, you look at what they've done in the last 4 games. I heard it earlier. 38 innings, 1 earned run, 15 hits, 11 walks, and 39 strikeouts. That's quality pitching. You're getting it such good starting pitching. And we saw a little bit difference. Last night we talked about Nestor Cortez owning that low outside part of the plate with his changeup and his fastball and his cutter, throwing that ball down, and then when he needed to, going inside, throwing it for a strike and elevating once in a while. Tonight we saw something totally different. We saw Tyler showing his low pitches, showing his secondary pitches down, but really taking the framework of the strike zone, staying out of that red zone in the middle of the plate, and just pounding the ball both down and up and all phases of that strike zone, and he was really successful and pitched a great game.
Take me into the pitcher's mind, Augie, when the other team's on a scoreless streak. Maybe some of their best hitters are injured, right? Spencer Steer's playing hurt right now. Matt McClain didn't start the game today because he's got a tight hamstring. Ellie can't do it alone. What goes into your mind when it's like, all right, these guys are struggling, and I'm not going to say Tyler Alexander threw a great, perfect game today. I mean, he threw very, very well, don't get me wrong. But, 3 walks, a hit batter. There was some middle pitches he got away with. But nonetheless, when you get into the 6th inning with no hits allowed, you're doing something right. Is there a psyche of a mental boost knowing the other offense is scuffling right now?
Yeah, a lot of times you see a team like right now, Cincinnati, is struggling scoring runs. We had the 3 shutouts in a row. And, tonight they didn't get a hit until the 7th inning. And we're able to put 2 unearned runs on the board in the 8th. I think what you do as a pitcher is you really got to focus in on what do you do best. You got to stay out of the big part of the strike zone. You got to pitch ahead. You got to throw all your pitches. You got to find out when you go in the game what is working well for you. And we talked about Nestor last night, really commanding that outside, down and away, and being able to showing in was really successful, threw the ball very well. Tyler came in a little bit different. He came in and said, you know what? I'm going to throw the ball all over the strike zone. I'm going to work on the fringes of the strike zone, but I'm not going to throw the ball in the middle of the strike zone. This is a team that's struggling. And then what happens is when I get ahead, I'm going to expand the strike zone. I know on De La Cruz on the strikeout, he expanded the strike zone. He had a couple of times when he really needed to reach back and get some. Does he overpowering? No. But he gets strikes in the upper part strike zone, and then he expands that strike zone. And he was extremely successful. But he was successful because he stayed out of that middle red zone of the plate and stayed ahead of hitters and really went after him when he needed to, really reach back and get that little fastball right on top of the strike zone. And that was really successful for him tonight.
I talked about it in the pregame today that the cutter, just like Nestor Cortez yesterday, is going to be the difference maker for Tyler Alexander. He's not a guy that's going to blow you away with velocity. He averaged 90 miles an hour on his 4-seamer, 85 on his cutter. And yet, once again, the cutter was the pitch that he used more often than anything else. He threw it for a strike over 60% of the time, 2/3 of the time. He got a few swings and misses on it, too. 5 out of the 12 swings were whiffs, which is, the cutter is not traditionally a swing and miss pitch. And going to what you're saying there, Augie, working both parts of the zone, having uncomfortable swings, not knowing exactly where that pitch is going to go, then all of a sudden it turns out to be the cutter and it's coming in on a righty. That's where he was super successful tonight. And Pat Murphy talked about it too, and we'll play the audio later in the show, but he was built up to 70 pitches in spring training. They knew they were getting a little greedy going beyond, the 4 innings and 7 ups, like 70 pitches like they talked about. He ends up throwing 83 pitches, 50 of them were strikes, and carrying a no-hitter to the 6th inning. I mean, the next man up mentality is a cliche that I think is overused, but here's a guy that calls himself Panic Button, and he gets the job done in glowing fashion, earning a W.
Yeah, he sure does. And there's a part there that I think you're going to see, and I think you put it really well before, Dom. You talked about that cutter. When you look at Nestor Cortez, really that cutter when he can throw it on the outside part of the plate, thrown in on right-hand hitters, down and in when he has to, and get ground balls with it. Well, you see the same thing with Tyler. It's going to mean the same thing. You take the cutter, and it's more like a fastball. If you look at the percentage of strikes that you throw with a cutter as compared to maybe a slider or a curveball or even a changeup, you're going to find the quality of strikes along with a fastball that you throw usually for strikes. The percentage is the same with the cutter. It's an easy pitch to throw. You don't have a lot of movement on it, and you can really extend down in the zone where you got it. Now, guys use it differently, but that cutter is a strike pitch. And I think as you look through on an analytical part, because you're really an analytical kind of guy, that you're going to see that cutter is a pitch that's a good strike pitch. Guys who are successful can use that cutter and use it for a strike, and that's where they have their success because they got their fastball either going straight and elevating a little bit or going down in a downward plane, or what they're doing, throwing that cutter on the inside, going the opposite direction. And that's really a purpose pitch. It really keeps hitters off strike.
I mean, there's a reason the Brewers have as many guys as they do that throw the cutter, right? Just the last 2 nights, you have Nestor Cortez and Tyler Alexander. Aaron Savali, who's on the injured list right now, he throws a cutter. You look down this roster, you look in the bullpen, Elvin Rodriguez throws a cutter. Brian Hudson's been developing a cutter. Jared Koenig throws a cutter along with his sinker. You look in the minor leagues, Chad Patrick, who's obviously up here, he'll start on Sunday. There's a reason they found a little bit of success with that pitch, and it's really working to this point. We'll shift gears over to the offense coming up next. 855-616-1620 is the phone number. Again, 855-616-1620 is Society Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. Hey, Milwaukee, looking for a banking partner that truly understands your business needs? Look no further than Fifth Third Bank. With a local team right here in Milwaukee, they know how to hit it out of the park every time. For 15 years, they've been serving our community with industry-specific expertise and local decision-making that helps your business thrive. Experience the unique commercial banking value that only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC. Take a breather. Come back with more after this on WTMJ.
With Amazon Business, smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Do you want the economy mulch or the premium? The only real difference is that the premium mulch has thicker strands, while the economy mulch is finer. But the colorant we use for both is of the highest quality, and that's why the color of our mulch lasts longer. And our mulch comes from trees, not pallets, and we process it all in-house. That's why our prices are so low. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. At Erickson's Landscape Supply, we have durable, maintenance-free polywood patio furniture and #1 grade treated natural pine Amish-made patio furniture. And we also have a wonderful assortment of concrete benches, statues, and fountains available in a selection you just gotta see to believe. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less, plus a whole lot more. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection or stop on in today.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Couple texts that have rolled in here. This one from Doug and Baraboo. Who are those imposters in the first 4 games? This is the team I was expecting. Amazing difference. Now let's get the hitting going. This one from Jerry and the Dells. The first 4 were such an anomaly, but these last 4 are, well, what we've come to expect. Expect another great journey, and I'm not thinking about the World Series. Enjoy the ride. That's where all the fun is. I agree there, Jerry. Appreciate the text. 855-616-1620 if you want to join Jerry Augustine and myself. Let's talk about the offense tonight. Once again, the kid's doing all right. Garrett Mitchell having a great game. He goes 2 for 3 with a double, run scored, and an RBI. Sal Frelick, who's been a popular write-in vote on the player of the game poll, he goes 1 for 3 with a stolen base and a run scored. And then Terang, a homer, he's the only guy with double-digit homers right now. Where do you want to start of those 3 guys, at least of the kids getting the job done today?
Well, I tell you what, you got to go look at Sal Frelick, what he's done. He was involved in both of the scores of the score of the game when he got first let off and got that base hit, and then stole second, and Hoskins got the walk, and Mitchell was able to get the 2-out hit. But he's done just so much. He gets on base. He's active on the bases. He's putting the ball in place, hitting the ball all fields, and he's giving you good at bats. And I think when you look at one guy in this lineup that is really swinging the bat good, I know we have to talk about Terang, who has an 8-game hitting streak, but when you look at what Frelick does at the plate, really gives you that good sound at bat. Takes a lot of pitches, hits the ball where it's pitched, and I tell you, it's really paid off. I think he's been a bright star in this offense and been a really important part of this offense scoring runs and doing the things that they are doing.
You know, Pat Murphy talked about it the other day in his pregame press conference. Some folks have asked, why does Sal bat 5th and maybe not Mitchell batting 5th, who's got a little more pop than Sal? And that the numbers tell us that the 5th batter in the order leads off the most of any other position than the leadoff hitter. As in, they start an inning fresh more than anybody else. And so far this season, very, very, very small sample size. This year, in 28 at-bats, Sal's got a .321 batting average and a .424 on base. I do not care about the slugging percentage with Sal Frelick. He'll get his doubles, he'll get his triples, that will go up there. But if that on-base percentage is, at the end of the year, anywhere above .340, he has done his job for this team, and he was caught for the first time tonight stealing. He had 18 steals last year. He's already got 2 this year. I know he's got 20 hanging, and he's certainly capable of getting to 20 at some point, maybe more than that, because he's going to be that restarter. I'm not going to say igniter, but I'm just going to say, the ignition or sort of the clutch. I don't know. Maybe we can find something to restart the lineup that Sal Frelick's role is.
Yeah, it is, and you're exactly right in that. When they talk about that 5th person in the order, leading off a lot. And the one thing we heard so much in spring training, how he put on 20 pounds of muscle. He wants to get stronger, drive the ball a little bit more. But the one thing I really appreciated what he did, and I watched him a lot in spring training and watched him in the beginning of the season, he hasn't changed his style. He wants to be that guy that goes up and gives you that good at-bat. You make a mistake, he can hurt you with it. He can drive the ball out of the ballpark, but he'll hit the ball all over the ballpark, and that's what he's done so far, and he's been a really important part of getting this team started scoring runs. And when he gets on base, he causes confusion. That's exactly what you want a good young player to do. He's done a great job.
On Bryce Terang, on that note with him, this season, very quietly, Bryce has changed his stance a little bit. There was a great article on Baseball Savant about that, trying to suggest what's going on with it. Well, Bryce had the 3rd hardest hit ball of the night at 106 off the bat. His bat speed was considered above average and very strong. It was a homer. He knew it. A homer in all 30 parks. Bryce is not here for power, but if this is an added little perk, and seeing him maintain the weight that he gained last season and see him be able to approach the top of the order with some pizzazz. He continues his hitting streak. He's got a hit in every game so far this season. I mean, shoot, I'm getting pretty excited about what Bryce is turning into, and I suggested at the end of my show last night, with all these extensions going around Major League Baseball, maybe he's the next candidate on the Brewers to maybe get one of those, hey, pre-free agency, slide a piece of paper across the table, and maybe that's somebody you can lock up for the future, because I think he is showing signs that he is taking yet another leap forward.
Well, you look at what he does, what he can do, and I really like him. Like we talked a little bit last night. I know he's not leading off against lefties, but he's always in there against the right-handers, leading off. He can do so much. He's got the speed. His bat control is so good. That's what you talked a little bit tonight. You kind of brought a spot to me when you talked about that 5th hitter being that second leadoff hitter. Look at Frelick and look at Terang. Almost identical. The guys hit the ball in the outfield. They put the ball in play. You got to get the ball down. They can bunt the ball. They can run. They can steal bases. A lot of likenesses between these two guys that really can generate and help you get something going or keep the lineup going in a big inning. So when you're making 2 points on 2 guys tonight, like we're talking about Frelick to start with, and now into Terang, he does so much. The squeeze bunt the other day, the back control, you can steal bases, runs the bases well. These are 2 likenesses that you like to have in your lineup. And I'll tell you what's proven in this lineup by having Terang at the leadoff and Frelick in 5th against a right-hander really pays off big for the Brewers.
Yep, and all of this, winning 4 in a row. The offense isn't perfect right now, but those 3 guys didn't even really get a chance to talk about Garrett there, but I thought he has been playing really well as of late. All of this is happening when you're getting almost 0 contributions offensively from Christian Yelich and from William Contreras. That's just a sign of all right, well, if both of their batting averages start with a 0 in April in the first week of games, it's not going to finish with a 0, and you have to think that the offense, these 3-run games will maybe become 5, 6-run games and feel a lot more sustainable. They'll get hot and the other guys will get cold. That's how baseball works. But the fact that they've been able to win 4 games in a row with virtually nothing from Yelly and William makes me sort of relieved that they're not relying on just one guy. It feels like it's up and down the lineup.
Yeah, so when you get the big guys in your life, and even back when Brownie was here, and I played with Cecil Cooper and Robin and Pauline, and they'd all go through slumps, and that's what's so unique about an order when you can have other guys step up and have the pitching staff and defense do so well, but have other guys in the lineup step up and do it. You know those guys are going to come through. It's just a matter of time. But it allows those guys to work on it, to sit back and work on it and get themselves right. When they get right, like you said, these 2 and 3 run ball games are going to turn in 5 and 6 because they are that important and they're such great ball players and some of the best hitters in all of baseball. So it's just a matter of time. They'll come around.
Yep, I agree. We'll take another break. Back with more with Augie. We'll talk a little bullpen, then send him on his way. We got Pat Murphy sound coming up later. We'll hear from the winning pitcher, Tyler Alexander, as well, right here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Put your first baseball weekend on the calendar.
Before you go looking for an area rug that you'll have to settle for because you think that the one you really want will be out of your budget, come to Design Exchange, where you'll find a formidable selection of Oriental, Persian, and other wool area rug choices at 25 to 70% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
In Heartland, you're going to find a focus on distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original artwork, along with tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. In Pewaukee, the focus is on kitchen, outdoor, and garden decor, and all of it is priced at 25 to 40% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value.
Design Exchange.
Put your first baseball weekend on the calendar when the Brewers take on the Reds Thursday, April 3rd through Sunday the 6th. Join the series opener for Hockey Theme Night, where you can grab an awesome hockey-style hooded sweatshirt with special tickets. And don't miss the first giveaway of the season, a Brewers long-sleeve hoodie for the first 25,000 fans on Saturday, April 5th. Plus, find your next favorite ballpark eats at our all-new food truck park and much more. Get your seats now at Brewers.com.
For those with a warm weather fashion passion, try St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, because that's where you'll find a vast array of men's, women's, girls, and boys' warm weather apparel at the friendliest prices. So many choices, and at such a value. You can fill the closet without draining your wallet. Shop warm weather fashions at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
855-616-1620. Again, 855-616-1620 is the phone number. You can call, you can text, you can hang out with us here tonight. We're going for a little while longer with Jerry Augustine. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Spring is here, and that means warmer weather on the way. Is your AC ready to keep you cool? Right now at Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical, you can get $25 off an AC tune-up. But hurry, this deal is only good through the end of April. Visit cider.com to schedule your appointment today. That's SEIDER.com. I warn a sign of caution from this bullpen right now, Augie, is that I know they have an off day approaching on Monday, but they're winning, but they're using a lot of these bullets, right? I can't imagine McGill goes again tomorrow. I can't imagine Hudson goes again tomorrow. Maybe Uribe, but that'd be 4 out of 5 for him. They're going to need, they're still getting length from these guys, but they could use either A, a blowout from their offense, or B, another 8-inning performance like from their starter like they got from Freddie Peralta, because I know the bullpen's performing, but it can't be this way the whole year.
No, I can't say. You got to go deeper in the ball games, and they've had to make so many adjustments with all the injuries they've had. So the bullpen has been taxed, but I really like this bullpen. I like what they do, and I like the way Murphy's starting to use them, because if you go down the line of every guy in the bullpen and you look and you say the style of pitchers, they all give you something different. And that's what's so unique about this ball club. And I've seen this ball club, the way they've done their bullpen over the last several years. You guys that are extremely talented. I mean, you look at a guy like Uribe, I think he's been the star so far coming out of that bullpen, the way he's been throwing the ball. He looks so much more relaxed than last year. Last year he looked like he wanted to be over-aggressive, throw everything for a strike and go right after him. Sit back a little bit and being a little less aggressive now, but throwing the ball, that slider has just been fantastic. But each guy gives you a little bit different, and I think that's the uniqueness. But they're going to need some innings from somebody. They're going to need somebody to go out there and extend it and hopefully maybe tomorrow or the following day we can score a bunch of runs, and that'll make it a little bit easier on the ball club. But you're exactly right. They're being taxed a little bit, and getting to that off day is going to be pretty important.
Going to be very important. Oh, by the way, just keeping an eye down on the AAA bullpen, as I will be, until this guy comes up. Craig Yoho, he threw 2 more innings today for Nashville. That puts his season total. I'm pulling up his numbers now. So that's just 4 1/3 innings, 4 strikeouts, just 2 walks. He also hit 2 batteries, but just an unearned run. Just keeping an eye on Craig Yoho down in AAA. He's not on the 40-man yet, but he's somebody as a candidate the Brewers could bring up. This text is interesting from Nick. Seriously considering Tyler Alexander as part of our rotation for his performance tonight. This is how I feel, Augie, like the Bryce Wilson role at literally April last year, right? The Brewers were so injured, so hurt, trying to figure out what they had, flash a couple of good starts, and it works out. You don't want to overexpose it because we know what happened. Bryce Wilson got hurt, wasn't performing as well. I think Tyler Alexander's role on this team is to be a swingman in situations like this. They probably, hopefully, knock on wood, won't need another start out of him as long as they have Tobias Myers on the men like they think they do, and Jose Quintana hopefully returning next weekend against the Arizona Diamondbacks. So all this is to say these guys know their roles, and I think Alexander is going to be back in that bullpen sooner as opposed to later, and he's doing a great job.
You hit it perfectly. You need that. You always need that one guy. They were really, like with Bryce Wilson, he just did a fantastic job of coming and starting a lot of big games when he had to, and did the job that he did out of the bullpen. Tyler Anderson understands it. He understands his job, the way he's going to perform. He's not a guy who's an overpowering pitcher. He's a guy that's got to command the strike zone. He's got to be able to throw strikes and get ahead of hitters. He understands that. He can go multi-innings. He can be versatile. He can pitch in any part of the bullpen, but he can also be that starter. I think when you get guys like that, these guys are invaluable, and I think that guy that they're going to really lean on this summer or throughout this season is going to be Tyler Anderson, especially in that versatile job.
Yeah, Alexander did a great job. All right, Augie, we appreciate your time as always, my friend. I know you got the day off tomorrow, so we'll holler at you soon, and hopefully already with the series win in tow for you.
Good luck tomorrow. It's going to be a good ball game. Hopefully can get one and start to win this series. That'd be a good one to go head 5-4, but I'll see you on Sunday.
I mean, team streak tendencies, they're already forming here for the Crew, so you never know. I mean, hopefully it ends a little bit better than team streak did here in 2025. Back with more after this on 620 WTMJ.
Beer fans, travel lovers, and history buffs, this is your dream vacation. Join me, Sandy Max, on a 10-day journey through Germany, Austria, and the Czech Republic. We'll enjoy Munich's famous beer halls, sip our way through Salzburg's historic breweries, and discover Vienna's culture and craft beer scene. Then end the tour in Prague, where ancient history meets modern brews. From iconic castles to authentic flavors, grab your passport and let's raise a glass to the ultimate beer adventure. Limited spots available. Book now. Email me, sandy@wtmj.com to learn more.
You only get one chance to make a first impression, and that goes double for your home listing, because that's how you're going to get the most value. By having a customized marketing plan specific to your property with professional photos, global marketing, and the built-in experience that Century 21 Benefit Realty has brought to the table since 2004. And being joined with Century 21 just makes all of the above stand out that much more. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
So how is that possible? 1.9% real estate commission? There must be something you're not telling me.
I hear that a lot. The truth is, everybody could do it, but they choose not to because folks keep paying more than they have to. I guess they just haven't heard yet that Century 21 Benefit Realty can make that 1.9% real estate commission promise on the sale of your home and stick to it. So I'd like to think that's going to make your decision easy. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Looking for localized banking solutions and a strategic partner? Fifth Third Bank has been shaping the future for businesses for 167 years and for the last 15 right here in Milwaukee. We offer industry-specific expertise, local decision-making, and extensive experience to help you navigate the ever-changing business landscape with your business in mind. At Fifth Third, we're big enough to provide sophisticated solutions and expert guidance, yet empowered to make local decisions and build strong community connections. Experience the commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Player of the game poll is complete. No surprise, Tyler Alexander wins that one over on X. You can follow me at Dom_Cotroneo, DOM_COTRONEO. 78% of the vote. Majority of the write-ins were Sal Frelick, and wanted to give him a shout-out as well. Bryce Terrain came in second, then Garrett Mitchell with 5% of the vote. But let's hear from the guy that gets the win, his first win as a starting pitcher since May of 2024. Tyler Alexander caught up with Josh Maurer on the network postgame.
Tyler, congratulations on such a great effort here tonight. No hits, no runs. Did you think coming into this start that you could throw 83 pitches and go almost 6 full innings tonight? What were your expectations?
I mean, to be honest with you, I was just trying to take it one inning at a time. If I think in the long run, maybe 4 innings was kind of what I was thinking. If that was efficient, maybe 5. But, you know, my mentality, especially as a reliever, starter, going back and forth, is always 1 inning, 1 hitter. I was built up to about 70 in spring. It's been a while since I did that. I'm glad they let me throw that. I felt pretty good, and it felt better as the day went on.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that, Tyler. And by the way, we really appreciate you sticking around to speak with us. The fact that it seemed like you got better as the outing went on, what did that say about the stuff that you had here tonight?
I mean, I felt really crisp in the first inning. The second inning got a little sloppy. Hookie talked to me in between innings, talked about my pace a little bit. I got a little lazy, which is an easy adjustment to make. It's more of a mentality thing than it is a mechanical thing. So I focused the next few innings on picking up the pace, being quicker in my delivery. That sort of helped me out. You know, there were still some uncompetitive at-bats mixed in there with 3 walks and a hit batter, but you know, I think that adjustment we made after the second helped a lot.
I got to ask you, were you aware, and we played the highlight of that last out you got, the great play you made on Ellie De La Cruz's bunt, were you aware at that point that you hadn't given up a hit?
Oh, yeah. Not stupid, but you know, I think the fact that there was some traffic with the walks and the hit by pitch, it didn't really feel like that big of a deal, I guess. I mean, I knew I hadn't given up a hit. You know, I still wasn't happy overall with my sweeper. I thought I could have been better with my changeup. But, yeah, I mean, I was aware of it.
Well, you did such a great job. Here's my last question for you. I know that everybody in baseball will tell you, you know, momentum's only as good as your next day's starting pitcher. But it's looked to us here over this 4-game winning streak that you guys as a staff have kind of built momentum and kind of gotten that from the previous day's pitchers and the outings that have come before you. Is it possible that there is some kind of momentum you can gain from watching guys like Chad Patrick, then Freddie Peralta, Nestor Cortez last night, putting up the zeros they did? Does that kind of get the ball rolling for everybody else on the staff?
Yeah, what Chad did earlier this week was awesome. I think we needed that desperately out of a starting pitcher in general, with the way we started the year. And then after that, yeah, it's just nobody wants to be that guy, so we're following each other up. Watching Nestor, what he did last night, him and I pitched very similar. So I went in today with basically his game plan, and that's what we did.
And you executed it pretty much to perfection. Congratulations, Tyler, on a great win. No hits for 5 2/3. What a great start. Your first start here with the Brewers at this ballpark, and I imagine that's one that you'll remember. We appreciate you sticking around to talk with us about it.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
All right, Tyler, a.k.a. Todd Alexander. In case you missed it, the reason why his nickname is Todd is when he had hair, as a fellow bald man, when he had hair when he was younger, he looked like Todd from Wedding Crashers. And so all of his friends called him Todd. He literally introduced himself as Todd. So that's where that nickname comes from. So, I want my painting back. Not happening. It was a gift, Todd. Same guy. Anyway, he gets the win today, 5 2/3 innings from him. Let's hear from the manager, Pat Murphy. That's coming up next. Brewers get the dub. Vibes are good. We'll also look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Get some more texts in here, 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. Right here in your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Join me every Saturday at 1 o'clock for something really cool. It highlights Wisconsin. The people, the places, the things to do. It's Experience Wisconsin. We'll check in with communities from all across the state, from way up north to down in the border with Illinois. This week, a couple of really cool places that we are going to focus on. It is Lake Geneva. We'll let you check out Lake Geneva. And also, iconic Ishnala. That's right, we hang out at Ishnala. It's Experience Wisconsin on WTMJ.
You gotta get to Built Right today. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here telling you about Built Right's extended Friends and Family Mattress Sale. Their one location saves you time and money, and they make it easy to shop and easy to buy. I know. We just got my son a new mattress at Built Right. With the guaranteed lowest prices, they'll beat any big box, national or local chain store, department store, online retailer, warehouse club, or employee-free store. Built Right also has the best value, selection, and experienced team in Wisconsin. With over 60 models on display, don't you want folks with knowledge in the store to guide you through your purchase? Choose from the best mattress brands made in the USA: Heirloom, Gold Bond, Therapeutic, Restonic, and Schiffman. Built Right specializes in hard-to-find, flippable, two-sided, and heavy-duty mattresses. Plus, Built Right offers free delivery and removal on mattress-only purchases of $7.99 or more. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday, closed to be with family. Tell them Vinny sent you to Built Right, 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
At Erickson's Landscape Supply, we have durable, maintenance-free polywood patio furniture and #1 grade treated natural pine Amish-made patio furniture. And we also have a wonderful assortment of concrete benches, statues, and fountains available in a selection you just gotta see to believe. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less, plus a whole lot more. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection or stop on in today. He told us to load 4 yards into his 8-foot bed, but we knew that 3 full, honestly measured yards were going to fill his truck bed to the rim. After we proved that, he told us the other guys have been telling him he's been getting 4 yards in there for years. Honest measurements and honest folks who just want to do you right. So you come back. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers win. It's 4 in a row. Everyone's feeling good. A lot of season still. A lot. 154 games worth. So we're not going to overreact. But it's fun to win. Chance to get above 500 tomorrow against the Reds. Off day Monday. They've got 2 more with the Reds, I should say. Off day Monday, 3 against the Rockies, 3 against the Diamondbacks heading out west. And then they come back home for 3 against the Tigers. That will be followed by an off day. And then 3 against the A's before going on a 3-city, 11-day road trip, including San Francisco, St. Louis, and Chicago White Sox, and then come home for the Chicago Cubs. So the rest of the month should be exciting for these next 4 weeks' time. Meanwhile, they'll get some reinforcements on the starting pitching as well. Nonetheless, the Brewers get another win. The manager in a happy mood. Here's him with the media, Pat Murphy, chatting earlier tonight.
Yeah, Alexander was great. I don't think, we thought possibly 5 and 75, but to give us even more. And yeah, he was magnificent. You got to give William Contreras a ton of credit, the way he handled that. He really did. Contreras was fabulous calling a game for him. Yeah, that was big. It was big for us.
That's kind of my next question for all that your starting pitchers have done now these last 4 games. Just you got to give credit to Haas and Contreras for helping.
Yeah, I mean, they've been great. Contreras is struggling and still going out there and competing. You know what I mean? Here's a guy that's an all-star, Silver Slugger last 2 years behind the dish, and now he's struggling first 8 games, and offensively. But he's hit balls hard, and they've been caught. But he just can't get in the rhythm there, and but for him to do what he did defensively, what he's done, and the games he's called is magnificent.
Murph, you often tell us, and the guys will tell us, the ups are the thing. When a guy is...
How many ups? Yeah.
How many ups? With Alexander, you pushed it a little bit today.
We did.
Can you tell us about the conversations with him?
Yeah, he wanted to keep going. He was convinced. He said, "Look, I'm good. I'm good." And William backed it up. And Uribe came in, did a great job, and Hudson had some tough luck there with not playing defense behind him. And yeah, what can you say? Bullpen's done a nice job, but Alexander was the story tonight. Mitchell got a couple big hits, and Frelick again is in the middle of everything. And what can you say? Terang, he's just emerging as a offensive threat too. They had a sickness over there, so they had some guys banged up today and not feeling great. Obviously, a lot of their staff. How about that? Some of the defense that De La Cruz played tonight. It was amazing.
How about the defense Alexander played on De La Cruz?
Yeah, that was good. It's a great play.
Does that show you something when they're trying to bunt on a guy who's in his sixth inning?
Yeah. No, I mean, that's part of the game. They're trying to win. It's a 1-0 game. They're trying to win. 3-0. I don't know what it was at the time. They're trying to win.
What have you seen from Abner just coming back, off the injury, coming back, and he has been very, very solid.
Yeah, if he stays consistent, kind of his emotions have to stay consistent and realize that he doesn't need to throw it 100. You notice he hasn't touched 100. He's just throwing the ball, throwing strikes, staying ahead in the count. The race to 2 strikes, he's good at it now. When he's 3-1 every time, it's a lot worse.
Mitchell has mentioned a couple of hits today, including that one to the opposite field there early. Just what did you like with his approach?
Mitch is a good player, we face so many lefties, and he hasn't historically been great. We've given him a couple of chances against lefties, but he's having quietly some pretty good at bats, and big base hit to get us started today. I love it when he stays fastball on the other side of the field and doesn't try to come around the ball. And, I thought he did a nice job.
I wonder if Alexander is one of those guys that's not going to impress you with the velo, 90, 91 on that range, but like the fastball cutter combination, you guys have a lot of those guys. What are you seeing in the fastball and how he mixes those two together?
Yeah, he had the backdoor cutter. He had cutter, fastball, changeup going tonight, and mixing all three and trying not to leave anything over the center and trying not to be in a pattern. And again, William and him worked together unbelievably tonight.
Yeah, everyone did a great job, top to bottom. Take our last break and get ready to wrap it up with an out-of-town scoreboard on WTMJ.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get peace of mind by scheduling maintenance today with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. That's SEIDER, cider.com.
For WTMJ contest rules, visit WTMJ.com/contests.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
Do you enjoy fatty foods, sweets, and alcohol? Who doesn't? Unfortunately, all those things put a lot of pressure on our liver.
That's why pharmacist, best-selling author, and nutritional expert Sherry Torkos recommends Active Liver from New Nordic.
The liver is an incredible organ. It works nonstop to process toxins and chemicals from our food and drinks, medications we take, and even environmental exposures. As a health expert, I'm often asked how to support the liver's natural detoxification process and offset the effects of fatty foods, sugar, and alcohol. I recommend Active Liver by New Nordic. This gentle plant-based supplement is an effective way to support your liver's vital functions as well as your energy and overall well-being.
With its powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract, Active Liver is the perfect way to keep your liver healthy and you feeling your best. Active Liver is available in both a delicious gummy or tablet. You can find Active Liver in the vitamin aisle at your local CVS or online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
All right, about 90 seconds left. Quick look around Major League Baseball. But before we do that, our next broadcast tomorrow, first pitch at 6:10. Coverage begins at 5. Yours truly, Brewers warm-up. Then I'll be with you after the game as well with Brewers Extra Innings here on WTMJ. Quick look around in the Central Division. The Pirates opened up at home. They fall to the Yankees. Judge hit another homer. That is 6 for him, 7 games in. 9-4. Yankees went over the Pirates. The Pirates are now 2-6. The Cardinals lost to the Red Sox in the Fenway home opener, 13-9. What a wild slugfest there. The Cardinals are still 4-3. The Cubs also opened Wrigley with a win. They defeat the Padres, their first loss of the year, 3-1. The final there. Also, the Dodgers have finally lost as well. The Dodgers lose to the Philadelphia Phillies. Jesus Luzardo was awesome. Both those teams have only got one loss. 3-2, the final at Citizens Bank Park. Also, old friend Willie Adames. He's got his first signature moment as a Giant, a walk-off single in the bottom of the 11th inning against the Seattle Mariners, leading to a wacky 10-9 final. So congratulations to old friend Willie. The Brewers will see him in 2 weeks' time when they make another trip out west. Tomorrow's pitching matchup is going to be a fun one for the Crew. They still need some bullpen help. Elvin Rodriguez will take the mound. He is due to go against newly acquired Brady Singer. For our producer, Matt Yazel, I'm Dom Cotroneo. Keep on swinging.
Brewers baseball is here. Time to pick your Brewers games and get back to the ballpark for tailgate traditions and walk-off wins. Don't miss any of the big games or the superstars. And come back for the best giveaways.